and welcome back to the Wysards Tower. Today we're going to give you just a quick channel update on the state of the D&D Beginner's Guide series. That series is going to have to go on hold for a little bit because when I went to edit the footage, it's all corrupt. So the last 3 episodes, which were Rules, Role-Playing and Dungeon Mastery, all corrupt, all uneditable, unusable. And I've spent the better part of a week and a half trying to recover those files, trying to get them to work, trying to cut enough bits out of them to use in some videos. Not happening. So as you can imagine, I'm not particularly in the best mood to refilm the 7 or 8 hours of footage that I had lined up. So instead, what we're going to do is we're going to move forward the playthrough of Dragon of Ice by Pete. Katie and I are going to start filming that probably not this week, next week. And the plan with that is to film in bulk as long as we can until, you know, Finn needs feeding or, you know, life generally happens. And then I'm going to edit it down into sort of hour-long episodes and pop those up once a week. So I don't know how long this is going to take. And if it's anything like Lost Mine of Fandelver, it won't. I mean, I think we played Lost Mine of Fandelver in about 7 sessions, 8 sessions maybe, and those were 4-hour sessions. So you're looking at, you know, a fair amount of content just playing this. Obviously, if it isn't doing particularly well, if it's particularly stressful to film, if I'm not getting the viewership on it, then, you know, I'll put out what I can and then move on to the next thing. It's still a very much a wait and see game with this channel to see what it is that people like. Some of the stuff I thought people would really enjoy, I've had hardly any views on, like my unboxing of the miniatures. And then there are some things that I wasn't expecting to do particularly well, like the playthrough of the first Dungeon of the Mad Mage adventure, where I was like, a couple of people might watch it. And actually it's currently my best viewed video, so it goes to show I don't know a lot about what you lot want to see. So, to recap, gonna not give up, but put the D&D Beginner's Guide on hiatus for a while and focus on doing this playthrough with Katie. Excuse me. In addition to that, I'm gonna start putting up some more stuff on the channel that interests me, that isn't necessarily D&D, but is still what I call D&D adjacent. So for example, towards the end of the year, I've got a full Cthulhu Death May Die pledge coming from Kickstarter, from Come On Games. And while Lovecraftian horror is not really, or should I say 1920s Lovecraftian horror is not really going to be relevant to D&D, the miniatures and the mythos of the sort of Cthulhu, Lovecraftian, cosmic horror side of things is relevant to D&D. I mean, Dagon is a demon prince in Faerun Pantheon, as well as, you know, there is things like the Far Realm. Seaspawn are basically deep ones. You've got, you know, chulls and there's all sorts of gibbering mouthers. They're all quite Cthulhu-esque monsters. So I'll do an unboxing, possibly a review, maybe even a playthrough, depends on how we feel about that. And yeah, more stuff like that I'm going to do for the channel. I'll take a look at things like games that I've got in my collection already. Like I've got things like Mice and Mystics and Massive Darkness and Zombicide Black Plague, you know, so there's all these games that we can look at that, although they're not D&D, the miniatures can be used in D&D, the tiles can be used in D&D. But next up, beyond the playthrough, I'm going to do the video on the Adventure System tabletop crossover, which is basically going to be me looking at the 3 ways in which you can use the board game and the tabletop game together, which is, you know, as simple as using the components from board games in the tabletop game, playing the board game more like the tabletop game, i.e. with a dungeon master, and then a full-on ability to play the tabletop RPG D&D cooperatively, wow, I can't speak, or solo, using the board game. So we'll take a look at that, and anything else that I fancy doing in the meantime, any other products I pick up that I feel like showing you guys, I will just keep doing what I'm doing and see what sticks, see what people enjoy. But I do want to apologise for the sudden breaks on the D&D Beginner's Guide. Having all of your files corrupt, all your footage that you've done, that you filmed, it was very painful. Even the later, I mean, I think I've got the next one, but even the stuff with Finn, like the little back and forths, which is quite upsetting because my acting skills actually got better as we went on. So yeah, that all gone as well. So I've lost a ton of footage of my son rolling dice and screaming at the camera and holding his dragon. But, you know, the memories are always there. I just really don't want to refilm it. So that is this little channel update. If you want to support the channel further, then, you know, click like and subscribe, see more things that I'm going to be putting out. I'm going to try and get at least 1, if not 2 videos a week done. So thanks for all your support. Thanks for sticking with me while I'm trying to find my corner of the internet to inhabit. And until next time, take care of yourselves.